whatever you're doing now, it's gonna affect you in the future. Why not make it so your future self can be happy that you actually did something? Listen to me, you reap what you sow. Hey YouTube, I'm Tavim, but you guys can call me T. I'm kind of sick right now, so just bear with me for this message. But the life you're living right now, your current life, is a result of your past action. Meaning, you reap what you sow. Reap good harvest, sow good fruit. Sow good fruit now. So the next 5 months, next 10 months, you're reaping good harvest. Build system now. So in the future, you can reap those good harvests. Whatever you do now, it doesn't affect you now, it affects you in the future. Back then, when I used to drink and smoke and do all of that stuff, it didn't affect me in the same moment. It was after that it affected me. And when I stopped drinking and I stopped smoking, it didn't affect me in the same moment. It's affected me now. Back then, when I used to watch porn every day, it didn't affect me then. The side effects didn't affect me then. The side effects didn't appear to me then. It was after they started affecting me. And when I stopped doing all of that and started working out, building myself, I didn't see the results same time. It's now that I'm seeing the results. Meaning, whatever you're doing now, it's going to affect you in the future. Whatever you did in the past, it's affecting you now. Build system that helps you in the future. Build things that when you're in the future, you can say, yes, I did this. I prepared for my future. You can't get up every day and waste time. Like if you get up every day and spend money on smoking, drinking, in the future, you're going to look back and wonder where that money went. Every night you go drinking and partying, you're developing into an alcoholic. You're becoming an alcoholic. And in the future, when you want to stop, it's going to be harder for you to stop. You're going to get liver problems just from drinking every day. You're going to get lungs problems just from smoking every day. And then you're going to wonder, why didn't I stop then? Like, why don't you stop now? Instead of doing so much bad things to yourself, why not stop now? So in the future, your future self can actually thank you. Why not go to the gym and build your body? Instead of being fat and overweight or skinny and underweight, why not eat more work out more to become the ideal body version of yourself? Why not prepare for yourself? Why not make it so your future self can be happy that you actually did something? Like, I started getting into investment. I started focusing more on my finance, and I'm glad that I did that. Like, a bad event can turn into a good event. Let me tell you something. When I turned 18 in Jamaica, I moved to Canada. I didn't know anything about taxes. I didn't know anything about building finances, anything like that. I didn't know nothing about that. And the people that I thought would show me did not show me how. And I kept asking people, and they were like, when tax season come around, we'll teach you about tax. Tax season came around, no one showed me anything. And I could have sit there and keep letting my taxes pass and me not pay anything, which would there be any consequences? I don't know. But all I know, I paid it. And I was sitting there over long asking people, and I decided to make a move myself. I decided to pay my taxes. And when I got my tax return, it's over $7,000, bro. And I'm investing that back. And the next thing too, God, is so funny, because imagine if I did learn how to pay my taxes back then, when I was still young and immature. When I got my tax return, what would I have done with the money back then? Now I'm saving for a goal. Now I'm building for something. I'm thanking my younger self then. Yeah, even though it might have looked like something bad in the moment, or I was like, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Now that I didn't do it and I finally did it, I'm grateful because I can use it to save towards something. Let me give you something else. When I moved up here, I was told, you got to start learning to drive. No one taught me how to drive. It was the people that I work for paid for me to go to driving school because they wanted me to work for them longer. And then when I went to driving school, I heard people keep asking me, why don't you have a car yet? Why didn't you get your license yet? Like, those people didn't help me to do my driving. And I've heard those people come to me over and over about cars, this, that, cars. I was the one that got up and booked driving practice over and over. There was times I was anxious of getting behind the wheels. There was time I was so afraid to drive on the road because I was so afraid I would crash. And I thank my younger self that he got over that fear of driving and got into the car. And in a few months, bro, I'm gonna buy my first car. Like, no one helped me to buy that car. And I'm speaking about my future, so I'm speaking from a future perspective. No one helped me to buy that car. Whatever you do now, it's affecting your future. Like, yo, at the start of the year, I decided to work 2 jobs. I decided to work overtime, double. And my finances are way better than they were back in the past. Last year, I decided to stop drinking. I decided to stop smoking. And I'm in way better health than I was ever in the past. And I'm grateful that I did that. I started focusing more on my finances. Like last year, I left my job and I decided to do trading. And yo, that was one of the worst things I did because it put me into financial debt, credit card debt. But at the same time, I learned from it. And at the same time, yeah, it might look bad. It might have been a bad case, a bad circumstances, but I learned financial knowledge from it. I learned to take risk and I learned how to profit from that risk. A few months ago, I was so afraid of losing on a trade because of what I did back then when I was doing trading. And I decided I would buy a stock and leave it. No matter how much it goes down, I would leave it there. And the stock was going down so much. And then it flipped around and I'm making a profit from it. Nowadays, when I see that stock going down, I'm confident that it will go back up because it has proven that it can go down and come back up. So build systems that your future self will be grateful of you for. Listen to me. You reap what you sow. Sow in fertile ground. Build system, build habits that help you in the future. Learn about finances. Learn about AI. We're getting into an AI market. Learn skills that can make money for you even if you're not able to work. Like for me, I can video edit. I can music edit. I can produce music. I learned all of those skills on my own. In grade 9, when I was doing comedy with my friends, I had to edit my own videos. That's where I learned how to video edit. That's where I become a video editor. And I'm grateful that I learned that skill. Although I am not a comedian or an actor anymore, I still have those skills, even the acting. In 2020, when I started writing music, yeah, even though I didn't become one of those big artists as I saw for myself, I planned for myself, I'm still grateful that I learned the skill of songwriting, that I can leverage that skill. I can get paid for songwriting. But I have a special bond with my songs that I don't like selling my songs. And even so, when I moved to Canada, studios were so separated. The studios were so different in Canada than what they are in Jamaica. So I had to buy my equipment. I had to learn how to video. I had to learn how to produce songs, mix and master music. There was days that I hated doing that. There were days like I couldn't think of me actually learning this. It was so hard. And looking back now, I'm grateful. I can easily boot up my laptop, go on FL Studio, and just mix and master a track. I am so grateful that I learned those skills, that I can actually leverage those skills and make a profit from it. You have to build system. You have to learn skills that can produce income for you. Build assets, bro. Build assets. Buy books and read them. One of the greatest books, one of the best books I'm glad that I read in the past is Outwitting the Devil. And that book changed my mindset. That book really opened my mind to everything. My second favorite book in the world is As a Man Thinketh. I'm glad that I read that book. My favorite book in the world. As a matter of fact, before I get into my favorite book in the world, I'm glad that I was in that breakup the start of 2025 so I could have used the whole year to focus on myself. Yo, the whole 2025, I decided to go celibate. Like, celibate the whole year. I remember I was talking to one of my friends, I think it was Sunday, and she was like, she couldn't even imagine going celibate for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and much less a year. I went fasting for a year, not just from sex or porn or any one of those, from drinking, from smoking, from all of those bad devices, and it helped me to become a better person. It healed certain things that was wrong with me. And in those times, I was glad that God placed 4 mentors in my life. 4 mentors that I kept going on YouTube and watching over and over and building myself into my current self just from watching them. I learned to find my purpose from my first mentor. I learned to start going to the gym and focusing on my health and focusing on my future from a second mentor. I learned more spirituality from a third mentor. I learned more about God and riches and finances from a 4th mentor. And because of all of those mentors, I was able to know my 5th mentor, which is Jesus, which leads me on to saying the Bible is my favorite book in the Bible. The Bible is my favorite book in the world, and my favorite book in the Bible is Matthew. It's just the way how Jesus carries himself in Matthew. But with me saying that, me going through the Bible, reading through the Bible and breaking down, taking notes and everything, you have to read through the Bible. Let me show you something with the Bible. The Bible, you have to read between the lines. Like some of it, you have to read between the lines. But at the same time, some of it is so out in the open. You read it and think there's a deeper meaning behind it. You have to just have the knowledge to actually see it. You just have to have the wisdom. Big up to Solomon. But even me reading the Bible back then, I don't read it as often as now. Because I work so much, I'm only able to like listen it most of the days. But me reading the Bible so much, I was taking notes from it. Like I could go pull up my Bible right now and skip through some of the pages and just show you the notes, show you some of the breakdowns. Like the Bible has so much hidden meaning, and me doing that in the past, reading the Bible now, although I forgot some of the things that it taught me, I can read it back, look at all my notes and still gain back my knowledge. And I am grateful that I did that in the past. You have to set up things in the past that can help you in the future. You have to build things in the past that can help you in the future. I am so grateful that I went to the gym last year, that I locked into the gym last year. The gym helped me so much, because it helped me to build my discipline. It helped me to build my body. It helped me to focus on myself. Helped me to become a better version of myself. A lot of times when I don't want to show up, when I don't want to do anything, I remember the discipline that I built. I remember that I am a disciplined person. Discipline is not just doing things that you don't like. It's also not doing things that you like. Yo, I could not record a video. I could just go to sleep now. I can stop posting every day. But because I'm a discipline, I show up consistently and do the work, even if it's just showing up for a minute. But you have to show up. You have to build things now. Focus on your future now, so that when the future comes around, when you're living in that moment, you're grateful that you actually did those things in the past. But yo, that's the video for the day. Focus now. Build system, build habits that can help you in the future. Peace. My love one.